WAY has been tracking new broadband funding announced this week. Micah Leith took a deeper look into the history of broadband in the state. Take a look.
Earlier this week, $1.2 billion were announced for broadband expansion in the state through the Broadband Equity, Access, and Deployment Program.
We've been looking at our underserved areas for 7, 8 years now, so we pretty much know where they are. And what we can do is making sure that we're reaching areas that normally wouldn't be reached.
If you've watched WOAY for a while, you know that the battle for sufficient broadband internet in West Virginia has taken years.
$3 million in federal funding will help to provide broadband access in Barber, Randolph, and Upshur counties.
Well, Raleigh County is one step closer to bringing broadband internet to some of the areas who don't have it.
Reliable, high-speed internet is coming to the Mountain State.
Broadband internet was first introduced to the state in 2006, but it's been an uphill climb to get the entire state connected. A process that Senator Joe Manchin compared to the process of bringing electricity to rural areas a century ago.
This is, I look back in history on things that change people's lives. I heard my grandparents have talked about, the rural electrification back in the 30s after Roosevelt got elected. And, we only had maybe 10 or 15% of West Virginia had electricity because we were so rural. And with that rural electrification, it changed people's lives. It really did. The same thing's going to happen with this.
Fast forward to 2014, when the FCC declared that 99% of America was covered by broadband internet. That caused Joe Manchin and several other senators to sign a letter to the FCC asking them to reconsider. From there, Manchin's office asked West Virginia residents to submit speed tests to the FCC.
To create accurate coverage maps, we need your help. I know the FCC's broadband coverage maps are wrong, and to prove it to the FCC, I need you to visit manchin.senate.gov/speed test. Complete a speed test and send me your information so I can pass it along to Ajit Pai, the chairman of the FCC.
And his office said over 2,400 were sent. That brings us back to this week. According to Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo, the new money will impact everyone in the state.
We know all the nooks and crannies of West Virginia so that we make sure that at the end of investing this $1.2 billion, not a single one of you is left out. Right now, there's about 300,000 West Virginians who are left out.
The job still isn't done. The state will need to submit a plan outlining how it will utilize the funds. There is an important consideration. It has to be affordable for all.
The capital cost is being basically brunt by the federal government making the investment in people in rural America. And that need it the most, it'll benefit the most. So the capital cost is not going to be whoever your carrier, your provider, the server is going to be. They don't have that outlay. So there's no reason on earth why anyone should be paying these extraordinary prices or getting gouged whatsoever.
For WAY News Watch, I'm Micah Leith.